At the age of 78, Sally Field has finally spoken openly about the truth surrounding Robin Williams. Born Sally Margaret Field on November 6, 1946, in Pasadena, California, she was raised in a household deeply rooted in the entertainment world. Her mother, Margaret Field, worked as an actress, and her stepfather, Jock Mahoney, was a respected actor and stuntman. Growing up in Southern California, surrounded by creativity and performance, Field developed an early appreciation for the arts and gained first-hand insight into both the rewards and hardships of a life in show business. Her rise to fame began in the 1960s when she landed her breakout role in the light-hearted television series Gidget, which aired from 1965 to 1966. Although the show lasted only one season, Field's portrayal of a lively, relatable teenage girl resonated strongly with audiences and quickly made her a recognizable name. She soon followed this success with another memorable television role in The Flying Nun, which ran from 1967 to 1970. In the series, she played Sister Bertrille, an unconventional young nun whose wind-catching habit allowed her to fly. While the show's premise was playful and at times restrictive, Field's charm and comedic talent carried the series and secured her status as one of television's most beloved stars of that era. As time went on, Field became increasingly determined to move beyond the narrow, typecast roles that had defined her early career. Wanting to be recognized as a serious dramatic actress, she committed herself to rigorous training, including studying at the Actors Studio under the legendary Lee Strasberg. Her dedication eventually paid off as she began taking on deeper, more demanding roles that highlighted her remarkable range. A major turning point came in 1976 with her performance in the television film Sybil, where she portrayed a young woman suffering from dissociative identity disorder. The emotionally taxing role required extraordinary intensity, and Field's fearless, raw performance earned her an Emmy Award along with widespread critical praise. This role permanently reshaped her career and established her as a powerful dramatic performer. The late 1970s and 1980s proved to be a defining period in Field's career, elevating her to the ranks of Hollywood's most respected leading actresses. In 1979, she won her first Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in Norma Rae, portraying a working-class Southern woman who becomes a passionate labor union organizer. The film not only showcased her acting strength but also struck a chord with audiences through its compelling social message. Just a few years later, she earned her second Oscar for Best Actress for Places in the Heart in 1984, a moving drama set during the Great Depression. Her acceptance speech included the now iconic line, "You like me right now, you like me," which has since become one of the most unforgettable moments in Oscar history. Over the decades, Field skillfully balanced her work across film, television, and theater, demonstrating both versatility and dedication to her craft. Her filmography includes a wide range of memorable performances in movies such as Smokey and the Bandit, 1977, Steel Magnolias, 1989, Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, and Forrest Gump, 1994. In each role, she brought emotional warmth, authenticity, and depth that left a lasting impression on audiences. On television, she continued to shine, most notably in the series Brothers and Sisters from 2006 to 2011, earning yet another Emmy Award. She also made her mark on Broadway, starring in productions like The Glass Menagerie, where critics praised her commanding stage presence. Field's later years have been just as noteworthy. In 2012, she received widespread acclaim for her portrayal of Mary Todd Lincoln in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln, a performance that earned her an Academy Award nomination. Even well into her 70s, she has remained consistently active, driven by a deep and enduring passion for acting and storytelling. Beyond her professional achievements, Sally Field has earned admiration for her openness, resilience, and authenticity in her personal life. She has spoken candidly about her struggles with self-doubt, the pressures of fame, and the complexities of personal relationships. In 2018, she released her memoir, In Pieces, offering an unfiltered account of her life, including her career successes and setbacks, challenging family relationships, and her journey towards self-understanding. The memoir was widely praised for its emotional honesty and depth, qualities that have long defined her acting. Field's personal life has often drawn public interest, not only because of her celebrity status but also due to the unconventional paths her relationships and family life have taken alongside her career. She married for the first time in 1968 to Stephen Craig, during the early stages of her rise to fame following Gidget and The Flying Nun. The marriage provided a sense of grounding and stability as she navigated the rapidly moving world of Hollywood. Although the relationship faced difficulties, leading to their separation in 1973 and divorce in 1975, that period was deeply meaningful for Field, as it marked her transition into motherhood. She and Craig had 2 sons, both of whom later pursued creative careers influenced by their upbringing. Their first son, Peter Craig, was born in 1969 and grew up surrounded by storytelling and filmmaking. As an adult, he became a successful novelist and screenwriter, contributing to major films such as The Town, 12 Strong, and Top Gun: Maverick. Their second son, Eli Craig, born in 1972, also developed a passion for film, gravitating toward acting and directing. He became known for his work as a filmmaker, including directing the cult classic horror comedy Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. For Field, being a mother was central to her identity, and she worked hard to balance the demands of her career with raising her sons, striving to give them as normal a childhood as possible despite constant public attention. Following her divorce, Field entered a highly publicized relationship with actor Burt Reynolds in 1976. Their romance quickly captured public fascination, as they were considered one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples during the late 1970s and early 1980s. In addition to their personal relationship, they collaborated professionally, co-starring in 4 films together: Smokey and the Bandit, 1977, Smokey and the Bandit 2, 1980, The End, 1978, and Hooper, 1978. Their strong on-screen chemistry reflected their real-life connection, making them one of the most talked-about couples in both film and tabloids. However, their relationship was far from simple. Differences in personality and the intense pressures of fame created ongoing challenges. After 4 years together, they officially split in 1980, though their relationship continued intermittently until 1982, when they ended things for good. Reynolds later spoke openly about his lasting love for Field, often referring to her as the one that got away. For Field, while the relationship did not endure, it remained a significant and formative chapter that influenced both her personal growth and professional journey. In 1984, Sally Field took another step toward rebuilding her personal life when she married her second husband, film producer Alan Griezmann. This marriage ushered in a new chapter in her life, and together they welcomed a son, Samuel Sam Griezmann, who was born in 1987. Unlike his older half-brothers, Sam chose a path largely removed from the Hollywood spotlight. Though he has explored writing and directing, he has intentionally carved out an identity of his own. Sally Field has frequently spoken with pride about her son and has been openly supportive of him, especially when he came out as gay. Her public advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights reflects not only her values, but also the deep and unwavering bond she shares with her children. Despite sincere attempts to make their marriage endure, Field and Griezmann divorced in 1994. The separation was undeniably painful, yet it echoed a familiar pattern throughout Field's life: her remarkable resilience and her ability to navigate personal hardship while continuing to thrive professionally. Across her marriages, romantic relationships, and journey as a mother, Sally Field has consistently demonstrated that her private life is as layered and complex as the characters she has brought to life on screen. From her early marriage to Stephen Craig, to her passionate relationship with Burt Reynolds, to her time with Alan Griezmann, each chapter shaped her not only as an actress, but as a woman who loved deeply, endured loss, and ultimately found profound fulfillment as the mother of 3 sons who embody her strength and creativity in their own distinct ways. At 78 years old, Sally Field has lived an extraordinary life marked by triumphs, heartbreaks, and a career that has secured her a lasting legacy in Hollywood. In recent years, she has become more reflective and more willing to share honest insights about her past and the people who influenced her most. Among her most emotional revelations was her discussion of her relationship with the late Robin Williams, the gifted actor and comedian whose impact, both on and off screen, left an indelible impression on audiences around the world. Field openly acknowledged the complexity of her feelings toward him. "I really loved him, but it wasn't a romance. It was more complicated than that," she explained, describing how their lives intertwined both professionally and personally. Their most memorable collaboration came in the 1993 classic Mrs. Doubtfire, where Field portrayed Miranda Hillard, the ex-wife of Williams' character. To audiences, their chemistry was unmistakable. Their constant bickering and playful banter were underscored by an affection that felt authentic, almost too real to be scripted. Field later admitted that this closeness extended beyond acting, reflecting the deep and multifaceted connection they shared during that period. Still, her memories of Williams are tinged with sorrow and regret. "I miss him terribly, but I also know I didn't always say the things I should have while he was alive," she confessed candidly. This level of vulnerability has become a hallmark of Field's later years, as she speaks openly about the guilt that often accompanies loss. For her, Williams was not just a co-star, but a close friend, someone with whom she shared a rare emotional closeness, even if it did not fit the traditional definition of a love story. She recalled that working with Williams felt like entering an entirely different world. His mind moved at lightning speed, overflowing with ideas, jokes, and boundless energy that left everyone around him exhilarated. "Robin was exhausting in the best way," Field said. "He could make you laugh until your stomach ached, and then, without warning, deliver something so gentle and sincere that it cut straight to the heart." To her, that was his essence, the comedian and the poet, chaos and calm, all embodied in one remarkable person. Yet beneath that joy, Field sensed a quiet pain within him. She felt instinctively protective, aware that sadness lingered beneath his humor. "I could see it, even when he was making everyone laugh," she said. "It followed him like a shadow." With the clarity that comes from time and experience, Field now regrets not reaching out more, not doing more to ease that burden. She sometimes wonders whether Williams truly understood how deeply loved he was, not just by the public, but by those closest to him. Her reflections are not rooted solely in grief, but also in gratitude. "I'm so lucky I got to know him the way I did," she said softly. "He was more than a genius, he was profoundly human." That humanity, she believes, is what audiences connected with, the ability to laugh and cry almost simultaneously, because that duality was who he truly was. For Field, Robin Williams represents the delicate balance between light and darkness, and the importance of expressing love and truth before it is too late. Now, at 78, Sally Field has chosen not to hold back anymore. By sharing these deeply personal truths about Robin Williams, she honors a cherished friend while also offering a broader message about honesty, love, and the fleeting nature of time. Her words stand as both a tribute to Williams' brilliance and a poignant acknowledgement of conversations left unfinished, a reminder to speak from the heart while we still can. In her candid memoir, Field also revealed one of the most vulnerable periods of her life, her late teenage years, when she struggled with what she described as severe depression. This was not a passing phase, but a heavy and persistent emotional weight that affected nearly every part of her existence. During that time, she experienced inner turmoil she found difficult to articulate, and like many young people, she felt profoundly alone in her pain. The pressure to understand who she was, combined with the insecurities and uncertainties of transitioning into adulthood, created an overwhelming emotional storm. Field described her depression as being accompanied by an intense urgency, anxiety and a desperate need to uncover something festering inside her. That restless feeling reflected a search for meaning and an outlet for emotions that felt too powerful to contain. It wasn't simply sadness, but a deep sense of incompleteness, a feeling that her spirit was pressing against unseen boundaries, longing for clarity, purpose, and freedom. Her anxiety often surfaced as constant self-questioning and doubt about her own identity. It was as if she sensed something vital waiting to emerge within her, yet had no guide to follow and no certainty that she would ever fully uncover it.